Good morning, one and all. So, in this session, we will discuss about fluid statics. So, this is the second concept of first unit. So, what is fluid statics? So, before that, let us discuss about what is a static. Static is nothing but anything which is at stationary or which cannot move, right? Fluid statics is the study of fluids which are at rest. So basically we will investigate the behavior of fluids which are at rest in this particular concept, right? So what about the statics? Static is nothing but lack of movement, and statics are the branch of mechanics which deals with the analysis of loads which are acting on the bodies which are at rest. So basically statics is the branch of mechanics which deals with the analysis of substances or analysis of bodies basically which are at rest. And what about the fluid statics? So fluid statics is the branch of fluid mechanics. It deals with the behavior of fluids which are at rest, and it also deals with the forces acting inside the submerged body. The second concept is fluid pressure at a point, right? So every substance, when you apply a force on that, it must gain some pressure. So we are talking about the fluids which are at rest. So at any specific point, what is the pressure on that particular fluid, right? Let us take a glass of water and see. Inside that we can select a small fluid element. Select a small element which is having an area dA. Select a small element. Basically this fluid is at rest, which is in stationary position. This fluid is at stationary position. The element we have selected, the forces are acting on the surface are basically perpendicular to the surface, because the fluid is a stationary one. We have selected a small elemental area inside it. So on the elemental area, the forces will act in the perpendicular direction, because this fluid cannot actually, which is stationary, right? So what about the pressure here? Basically pressure is nothing but amount of force which is acting on any area, right? Force by area will gives you the amount of pressure. So what about the pressure here? Here dF, consider dF as the force you are applying, and dA is the elemental area you have. So what about the pressure here? dF by dA is the pressure. Now assume a uniformly distributed force F is acting on the particular element. On any surface, a force of F is acting on the area A. So what about the pressure there? The pressure is equal to how much force is acting, F is the force acting, and which area? A is the area. So pressure is equal to force by area, that means F by A. This will gives you the pressure at a particular point. So what about the units? So the units of the pressure are SI units Newton per meter square and MKS units kgf per meter square. So here 1 Newton per meter square is also called as 1 Pascal. So now what is Pascal's law? So Pascal is the person who have derived an important property of a fluids. So Pascal is a person proposed a theory in fluids is that Pascal tells us that the pressure at any point in a fluid is equal in all directions, but the condition is that the pressure at any point in a static fluid, that means which is at rest, the pressure at any point in a fluid which is at rest is equal in all directions. That is the Pascal's law main concept. So based on the Pascal's law, so many industrial applications are using their machineries and instruments. So Pascal's law is very much useful for most of the industrial sectors. Right? You can see a hydraulic press arrangement is there. Basically this type of arrangements we can see in places of service stations and motor garages, car garages you can see. Right? At one end, if you apply a pressure at one end, that equal amount of pressure will transfer to the other end and the other end will be lifted to upwards. This type of arrangement you can see in place of car garages. This entire system will work on the basis of Pascal's law. You can see the fluid inside this chamber is static. It is constrained to this particular chamber only. So if you apply a force F1 at the one end on the area A1, so the pressure is F1 by A1. That equal amount of pressure will transfer throughout the liquid, and the pressure 2, that means the pressure, equal amount of pressure will exerted on the other side, will exerted on the other side of the system. Right? So wherever you calculate the pressure in this particular system, that pressure will be equal in all directions. That is the speciality of the Pascal's law. See some of the applications of Pascal's law. So based on the Pascal's law, we can see some hydraulic press and hydraulic lift and hydraulic brakes and hydraulic pumps. These are the some applications those are working on the basis of Pascal's law. You can see the first diagram, the hydraulic press, which are basically available at the service stations. The second one, it is hydraulic jack, used to lift the heavy vehicles. The third one, hydraulic lift is there. You can see this one also in case of service stations. So in all these three applications, whenever you apply pressure from the one end, the equal amount of pressure will be exerted on the other end. That's why when you apply pressure at the one end, the opposite end will be created, on the opposite end the equal amount of pressure will be exerted, so that the opposite end will be reacted. Right? So whenever you want to if you release the pressure again, thus that entire system will be came into the normal position. Right? This is about the Pascal's law. So we are talking about the pressure is equal in all directions. So we have to prove that that the pressure is equal in all directions. So what is the proof for this Pascal's law? So in next concept, we will derive the Pascal's law will be equal in all directions.